Yeah, geez, almighty, that's bright. Hey guys, I'm just a little bored. I was sitting here, basically just sitting here bored. About to do a few things and chit chat with some friends, and Selena's visiting. Hey, how's it going? I am having a good Sunday. We're out for a Sunday drive and decided to go to some of Selena's Kim folks, and she's visiting and I'm bored, so like CZ Top today. Well, thank you. Have I done an oil change after driving 10,000 miles? No. 10,441 miles since we left California. And no, we hadn't done any kind of oil change or anything. As of right now, the motel is kind of giving me the runaround as far as me working as maintenance. I mean, we still have the we still get the apartment. Selena works for the apartment that we got, but they're giving me a runaround about doing maintenance. They've been having me do maintenance, and then from what I understand, they had a lot of people doing maintenance there at different times, and I guess nobody had gotten paid for it in the past or anything. And when I made it very clear that if I'm donating my time, then I'm gonna do it at my own pace. And when I telling them, look, we haven't talked about anything. Y'all don't even have any information on me or anything. And here I am working on rooms. I have no idea how much I get paid. No, nothing. You know, and trust me, I don't mind giving people my time and effort and everything else. What are you doing?
You get the Make a Wish. This is all we got. It's belated to here. Happy birthday. Here.
They brought me a birthday cake.
Oh, it's gonna go out. Oh, crap.
Well, you can't exactly blow out a toothpick, but
Well, if it caught
yeah, they
fire,
brought me a birthday cake. Awesome, thank you.
Welcome.
Come on, baby. Go back inside. You're just in boxers. Go.
He's standing in that pile too.
Oh yeah. Cake.
Cake.
Cake. It's for breakfast. Y'all remember what I was talking about for me, because I'm gonna lose track here in just a second. I think I forgot.
I love you.
Love you too, baby. Huh?
You got a one-track mind.
I know. I always have had a one-track mind. Anyway, what was I saying? No such thing as free work. Oh yeah, there's such thing as free work. I don't mind doing it either. You know, the Bible tells you that, you know, if your brother needs help, help him. But I don't see that as being working maintenance at a motel that not doing that for free. I mean, yeah, it should cost about 40 hours a week. And they have Selena, she does all the housekeeping, or her and another one do all the housekeeping. They both, and they get a room for doing the housekeeping. She's working at least 40 hours a week, if not more, to pay for that apartment for us. Yeah, Selena works a lot for that apartment. But then I go and add hours on that. I mean, I know it's been piddling. It's only been 4, 5, 6 hours a day. But if I'm not getting anything from it, then how does that help? She's paying for the apartment by working, and I should be working to pay for the other things that we need. But I'm working for, well, because I'm there and I'm willing to help them. That's where we're having difficulties there, because I told them, said, y'all ain't got no information on me. We've not sat down and talked about what time I'm supposed to be at work, how many hours I'm supposed to work, how much I'm supposed to work for, or any of it. So, and then when I mentioned that, it was like, oh, well, we don't even have approval from it was somebody else that said that I was getting a position, and for that and then it dawned on me. I was like, wait a minute, I am literally donating my time, and I wasn't even aware of it. Yeah, it sounds like it. What was that? I missed some. Keep track of your hours worked and job done. There are laws to protect workers. At the very least, it gives you the option to plan a little bit ahead, which is hard to do on the road. Yeah, I know. I've been trying to figure out how to, let's see, like when they want you to hurry up and work and haven't even written down your info. No. Yep. How much is the room if we were to pay for it? You know, I think it's like, I don't know, like 600, 700 a month, but it's, you know, it's like a motel room with a bedroom on it. You know, you got a living room and stuff. So it's a 1-bedroom apartment. Right. Yeah. They can, and I'm feeling a little weird about the place and stuff, because, you know, it definitely needs some cleaning up. There's yeah, I like the place, I do, but you know, we're having to deal with all of the elements there. I mean, literally cleaning out rooms that are. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk to you. Yeah, yeah, it looks like they are. Most of them are. Anyway, so what's been going on with y'all? We're just we're here visiting. I'm letting her visit with your family there. Might try to burn that penny. Been enjoying the fall weather and colors, yes indeed. Drank so much I fell down the hill last night. Just myself. Jeez almighty. I'm sorry to hear that. That's oh, it's such a terrible way to go there. Oh man. I'm glad I didn't do that. What a trip. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, you probably should slow down a little. Got a free ride home from the cops? Did you spill the drink? I'll tell you what, I had a friend of mine brought me some weed for my birthday, and I figured, all right, well, I'll indulge a little bit. Very easily, very, very easily overindulged. That stuff there knocked me for a loop. I like that, but not that much. I didn't want to. I only meant to smoke a little bit and chill out a little bit, you know. But that one, I was dumbfounded, stuck back on the couch, just like, I have no idea what's going on, nor do I really care. Oh, the charger's got smiley faces on it. Lights up. I know I'm getting boring, ain't I? I'm bored. Spilling alcohol. Spilling would be an alcoholic, or would be alcoholic, alcohol abuse. Sorry. Overindulging in weed is not really overindulging. Well, you know, I don't know. I felt that I was in the wrong for that, so that's just my own personal feeling on that. I have nothing to base that on, but you know, I don't know. I didn't like. How was your party? Didn't have a party. We just hung out and watched drag racing all night. I don't even like drag racing. Watch that show where they're drag racing or whatever. I didn't really care for it too much. I mean, it was alright. Use and abuse is different. Everything in moderation, yes. Go to the NA meetings and tell them you're addicted to pot, and they will most likely throw you out. Probably. I didn't say I was addicted to pot. You got to be. And besides that, I wouldn't take any of that to NA meetings. I mean, I think NA meetings would be. How did they say that? AA's for quitters. Certainly not a quitter. No. Why am I by myself? Selena's inside visiting with family. and I am outside hanging out with y'all. Let her spend some time with her family and hang out. Anyway. Said something about AA and they tossed you out of the program. What? What program? They will laugh at you. Yeah. Said something about AA. They tossed me out of the program. Oh, okay, I get it now. But let's see. That sounds like something I would say. A's for quitters, buddy. Mama didn't raise no quitter. Hey, Cindy Lou, how are you? For everyone, I'll switch to light beer. I did switch to light beer, but then again, I'd seem either. You're more than welcome. Seem to the only kind I really like is the Coors Light. I know a lot of people don't like the taste of Coors. Sorry for people that don't understand the lingo. It is Coors. At least wise, that's what everybody corrects me. I always say Coors. I don't know. Just sounds right. I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced, but we'll see. Now there we're shot already. That's point of stop, or what's the point of stopping now? I say. Well, like I said, everything in moderation, but now if your liver's shot, then I don't know. Your idea of moderation and my idea of moderation may be a little bit different there, but nevertheless. Borrow liver from someone. I don't know about borrow. I mean, as broke as I am, everything's in moderation. Yeah, especially with us. I was lucky enough that we had a few dollars, and we got a little bit of beer because I wanted to drink a few beers, and then I gotten some weed brought to me and everything for my birthday, but money wise, I'm rich in family, friends, etc. Yes, same here. Sometimes I wish I could live in reality and moderation. That don't happen. One thing I was always bad at was moderation. Yeah, I'm starting to figure it out. You know, I don't know. I know, like someone said earlier in the other earlier chat room, they said I'm a little too hard on myself. I don't know. I kind of feel like I need to be. So, but at the same time, I don't. Either which way. Tell me, would you take some magic mushrooms and read the Bible if I mailed some to you? I don't know. I mean, I know. Don't get me wrong. On occasions, in moderation, mushrooms are also a part of what God put on earth for our consumption, and I understand that, you know, and I don't have anything against it, about the same as I do weed, but man, I don't think I could really focus enough to read if you did that, or if I did any of that. And not to mention, I'm not sure about that one yet. You know, I don't down anybody that does. It is something natural that God made here for us, and it does open up our eyes to in a spiritual level, and I do love that part of it. But I don't know. Some of that is shows according to churches, shows bad witness to people, and especially when you're trying to bring them closer to God. So, you know, therefore, not everything has to be done out in public. I think health benefits like weed, yes, it does. FDA has approved trials to use to treat depression. Really? I can't read when I'm on mushrooms. That's my problem. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure if that would work too well. You have to do it with a straight face. I don't think I can do anything with a straight face on mushrooms. Moderation, remember. Yeah. In moderation. Microdoses, yeah. I could see that. As a matter of fact, I have it several times, and I have a bunch of friends that do it. And I don't think that is wrong. And if I get up there to the pearly gates and I go there in front of judgment and I have to answer for that, and he asks me, I'm going to have to know from my own knowledge, why is it not right? Because, yeah, legally through a doctor. Just started, and I currently am taking ketamine to treat my depression, has enabled me to get all 6 medications. Nice. Depression should be better than ketamine. I don't know what ketamine is. Oh yeah, I do. I remember hearing a bunch of stuff about that. I don't know. I don't like medicine as far as I like medicine that God put here for us. I don't like the medicine that was formed in a chemistry lab. But that's now don't nobody get upset with me about that one or anything. It's just my own personal, that's in my walk with God. I don't and Selena can tell you, when me and her got together, she was on 8 different kind of medications. And sugar diabetes, heart medicine, pain medicine, inflammatories, I don't know. There's a bunch of different kinds. And she was on a bunch of medication, and I kept telling her, every time she'd want this or want that, and I'd tell her, you don't need that. You don't need it. You need trust in God to take care of you. And it sunk in. I showed her in the Bible where, many different stories, of how Jesus healed so many things. And yes, it is a serious situation. Hers was not. It was a very light case, and kind of find out, and she's even convinced of the same, that it was just it was medication that was messing with her with all of that, because she's checked her sugar many a times, and she keeps very close eyes on it. And she's been off of all her medicine for I'd say about 8 months now. My son takes 2 injections a day. Yeah, that's probably a more serious case, a lot more serious case than Selena's. And in a case like that, I don't know. I haven't been in that situation, so I really don't know what I would do on that. But I know that God can heal all things. And I trust God to do that. And but what I was saying though is, Selena come off all the medicine. She feels better now than she ever has before. I have to keep it under control somehow. Yeah, I bet. Now I do know that there are more natural diabetes remedies, and more natural remedies for almost everything. As far as I know, I've been trying to. I don't like. Me personally, I don't like medication because, I know where I used to be years ago, and I don't never want to get there again. But I've never been checked for sugar diabetes, although it runs very heavy in my family. I've never been checked for heart disease. That runs very heavy in my family. I've never been checked for high cholesterol. That runs high in my family. Never been checked for gout. That runs high in my family. A lot of it all runs high in my family, but I've never been checked for it because, I don't know, for years now, I don't want nothing to do with modern day medicine, because everything that they were showing me, oh, you need this, you need that. They even put me on some of that depression medicine before. And I started reading all the side effects. That's the worst thing you could do. Read all the side effects, and that'll scare the fire out of you. Because then you realize you need more medicine just to take care of the side effects of the original medicine that they give you. But I don't like hospitals, and I don't like doctors. I won't go unless I have to. And it's got to be a pretty serious case for me to go. Yes, they're just pill pushing for money. 90% of them do, and they'll do that because of money. The Bible talks about money being the root of all evil. And it is, you know, people strive on it. You got to have it. You got to have money for this. You got to have money for that. You got to have money to live a peaceful life. You have to have money to live a prosperous life. You have to have money to build a nice big fancy home that can probably shelter 20 people and you're by yourself. You know, you got to have money for this. You got to have money for that. It's just, you know, the Bible is written. Money is the root of all evil. It is very much so. And, you know, and that's been something that has really kind of, doctors or drug dealers, they push all of the medicine that they can to get you hooked on this medicine and that medicine. Doctors will make sure that you go in there because you stubbed your toe, and next thing you know, you're on high blood pressure medicine, you're on diabetes medicine, you're on medicine for a headache, and then you got stitches, and then you got and the stitches ain't nowhere around your toe. You know, I mean, it's one extreme to the other. You go in because you stubbed your toe and it's black and blue. You want to make sure that it's not broken. Then you got 20 medications for things I didn't know any of this was wrong with me. Well, if you never knew it was wrong with you before, then what would make you think you know now? But they... Okay. It was easier for me to get off street drugs and get off of legal meds. Yes, indeed. Doctors cannot treat something they know you have. Doctors can't not treat something they know. Yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, you know, me, I went round and round with doctors when I went in. They're wanting you go in with a stubbed toe, and then they're trying to give you a CAT scan on your head, make sure you're either that or send you to a psychiatrist. I don't know what for. Maybe emotional support because the toe offended you, or the table that you kicked offended you. I don't know, but I mean, it's the point is they go from one extreme to the other. You know, it's kind of an ironic point there. I mean, you go into a doctor's office with a stubbed toe, and they send you to a psychiatrist for emotional support over the table or your toe. That's what this world's come to. If you're seen for a toe and they take your blood pressure and it's high, they have an obligation to treat you for it. Yeah, I know they do, but it's just my own personal deal. I don't really care for doctors, and I mean, just like I don't care for lawyers either. I mean, hopefully there ain't any lawyers here. I don't mean to offend anybody by any means. It's just my own personal opinion. I don't have any use for pharmaceutical drugs. Everything I need's right here, given by God. Well, that's great. You worked for a medicine doctor for 15 years. That's great. Like I said, I didn't, you know, that it's to each their own. I don't care for doctors. I don't like going to them. That's just my personal opinion. Voodoo's in here, huh? Hey, buddy. Feel better off of the pain meds and cholesterol. I do well for anxiety and helps me to get out and be more sociable. My dad does not either. Well, then you understand what I'm talking about. I was raised up old fashioned, and I stayed old fashioned, and I've always been like that. Yeah. Matter of fact, the only reason why I went to the doctor every month when when I lived in during McAllister, the only time I went to doctor every month, and shoot, they had me on ADD medicine. They had me on Adderall, which is a legal form of speed. Basically, it's the government's idea of speed. It actually works really good, but I found that I can smoke and be just as calmed down and not have all the side effects. It had me on medicine for my back for the longest time, because way after my back done healed up and everything, I do understand their obligation. And what is that? I have no idea. Oh, friend request. I'll have to check into that one here and leave that. Let's see. Adderall almost ruined me. Yeah, it almost ruined me too. And anyway, they had me on pain medication, and then I got off on the Valiums and Dilaudis and about everything I can get my hands on. And I realized I'm just doing it for the high. All them chemicals, man, the stuff that they make it out of, it's just no. That's why I keep my stuff natural. I like my weed in moderation. I don't mind the magic mushrooms at times when I want to get really spiritual. And the magic mushrooms, man, they bring me to a spiritual level that is, yeah. I don't like doing that very often at all, but I have. Last time I did that was at the slabs. I haven't done any of that in God knows how long. But I do not drink, but sometimes I think it would help. You know what? I've noticed that. See, I was getting a bad kidney infection from all the pop. And somebody told me years ago that it's kind of like an apple a day keeps the doctors away. A beer a day keeps the doctors away too, because it helps flush out your system and stuff. It was what I was always told. So I went and got a 18-pack of beer and drank 2 of them a day. One sometime around noon or so, and one for dinner. And you barely even, you don't get you don't get drunk, you don't get buzzed, or you can barely feel any kind of difference. And when it's just when it's just a couple of beers. But it cleared up the kidney infection that was coming, and since then I've had absolutely no problem with that. But I've also slowed down on the drinking of the pop too. So you're familiar in this bone in your body and was supposed to have a bone. Ouch. There are a lot of mistakes that will not give you narcotics unless you are dying or surgery. And to a point, then that's a good thing. A pack of beer a day keeps the doctor away. Nah, I don't know about a pack of beer, but one or two. Drugs are not the real problem. It's the fact that life is so bad that people feel there is no hope but drugs. Yes, you're right. That is a problem, in my opinion. I'd have to agree. And, you know, it's kind of like what keeps me turned towards God so much. The more and more I learn, the more I look around, and the more I realize just in what kind of shape it is around us. You know, people, there's so much things that people, they take for granted and everything. And we've ended up becoming a consumer world. It's all about how much money you can make and how much stuff you can buy. And I mean, there's semis that go up and down the road carrying people's things. And trust me, I have nothing against semi drivers or anything, you know, but they, everywhere you look, there's semis delivering more stuff. You stand outside of Walmart and watch people that just are pouring out things that are just, it's not necessary. It's not, you know, and it's all to make that extra dollar. And it's you know, they strive on the people like us that go in and buy, and the people that you watch when you look at the doors and you watch all these people come out and stuff like that. All the people that are that made all of this stuff, and they make it so cheaply so that it's inevitable. It's going to break on you. It's going to tear up on you. Nothing is made with any kind of heart and made to where it'll last. So then you got to make even more money to keep up with that, and then they advertise things and make things look as if you just got to have it, and so you try to make even more money so you can go and have all of them just got to have things, and it just it's it's you don't need that, you know. And Matthew chapter 6, it tells you, take no concern about, you know, where you stay, what you put on, and what you eat. And I mean, does he not make lilies of the field? I mean, you have to look at it as like it's describing in Matthew 6 about the lilies in the field. He takes care of them. He takes care of the birds in the sky. They don't have to look for barns and look for food and stuff. I mean, they don't have to get out there and I mean, they have to look for it, obviously, yes, but you know what I'm saying. He provides for them. And how do they mean so much more than we do? Surely he would provide for us the same. People are filling the earth with trash. Yes, they are. One thing is bad experience. That was just a nice job. I believe we spend a lot of money sending our trash to China. Yeah, but you know, it's most plastic ends up in the ocean. Yeah, I don't believe it's too far off when God decides to come back, take out his wrath on this place. I don't think it's too far off. I mean, look at it. We're destroying God's beautiful gift. We're throwing away a gift that God gave us. We only had this gift for a short amount of time. And people are throwing it away. You trash our oceans, trash our lakes, trash our rivers, trash our land. I think Empire. You know, he says he'll never flood the earth again, but he was coming down with fire and brimstone, I believe is how it's put. It's what I was always taught. And I don't know exactly how that is. I mean, we should ponder things, you know, and that's something good to ponder. You know, you got all of these volcanoes, and you got everything from the Mother Earth has been torn up and trashed so badly to the point, you know, where we have caused. I mean, look, it's greed that's doing it. You got these big old pockets of oil under the ground. Yeah, Revelations is hard to figure out. You wonder how the world will end. It cannot be a flood, I think. Or let's see, Revelation, Genesis 9:11. Yep. Genesis 9:11 tells you that it will not be flooded. It won't do that again. It'll be some other way. Fire and brimstone just kind of makes me think of all of these other countries that have all these missiles and bombs, and I think we're going to do it ourselves. I think he's going to sit back and watch the fireworks. Yes. The rainbow was the sign. Yes, it was. It's amazing that we serve such a powerful God and people take it for granted. The very things that we are pondering, people are laughing about. The very things that we concern ourselves with, people laugh about. And I just pray that we can reach as many of them as we can before the trumpets blare and You know, I know you won't have any time to do anything when it happens. That's why I just hope and pray that before them trumpets blare, we try to save any of them that we can and get them to understand that. I doubt seriously if we can make this place a whole better world, but we can at least make an impact. If everybody was to do their own thing when it comes to what's right. What do I think about that happening again? Let's see. Genesis 19, New International Version. Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed in 19, and the two angels arrived in Sodom in the evening, and Lot was setting in the gateway of the. What do I think about that happening again? Look at this world. I can't never say it right, but the ones that worship idols, the ones that worship, I can never say the word, but anyway, as rampant as they've become, man and greed will end the world as we know it now. A national event, not a national event. Yeah. That it will be. It will. I'm sure of it. Yeah. The greed is what is ruining us now, and the greedy are getting greedier. And our very children even are veering away from God. You speak about so many different things in Revelations. Talk about your children that they'll have a rebellious nature, and talking about all right. Isn't it anything we put before serving God an idol? We all do it in one way or another. Yes, we all do, and that has been something that's been working very, very close with me about. And I see it a lot. I see it. People, people don't take that in consideration. That anything that you make before God. I mean. Yeah, I believe we all are. I believe we're all guilty of that. For some people, it's no offense to the ones that it may offend. If it does, I'm sorry. But to some people, it's these video games. They're more important than learning about God. You know, it's like you said, with family, it's more important than spending time with family. Phones. They talk in Revelations about the beast being a one-eyed beast. And I'm sorry, but the phone, it's got an eye. It's one eye that hypnotizes you. You know, and anything used to take worship away from God, anything that includes your phone, your video games, your crosses. He says no engraven images. You should not carve images out You know, the I mean, it's simple. You don't have. You're not supposed to have anything that comes before your worship with God, and we all have that problem. The rapper that let him put the microchip in. I didn't. I don't pay attention to any of the news. I know that they've got it, and I know that they've started that stuff with the microchip, and you know, that's where me and a very dear friend of mine disagree so much. He's telling me that he would um, nothing's going to keep him from getting his money, and I was saddened to hear that. It really hurt. Yeah, it really bothered me. It made me heavy hearted because he said that, you know. And it's all about the, you know, you work hard to get your money that you're getting, but yet if you have to take a chip, you have to take the mark of the beast. You have to take that in order to get your microchip implanted into his skin, upper kid. Oh. But you have to get this implanted in your right hand or in your forehead or whatever, you know, and you know, you have to do that in order to get your money. For one, you know, money is the root of all evil. No matter which way you look at it, that's where a lot of churches fall short. They preach about your tithing and your offering, and they're all about money, 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 and it's not about the money. And if you do get the money, then what are you using it for? Is it used to glorify yourself by going and buying the preacher a brand new Cadillac, when the deacons are running around doing everything they can for the church and praying for the members and are riding up on a swing? You know, you got there's people used to think Social Security was assigned numbers to mark of the beast. Yeah, it is replacing money, credit cards, and etc. Keep track of us. Yeah, I know, and that's one thing. When my friend told me that they would take the mark because they had to make sure that they ate and they stuff, and like I was telling them, just like I said earlier, Matthew's chapter 6 tells you, you know, that why have any concern about where your food's coming from and where your head's going to lay and what clothes you're going to put on. You don't worry about that. And, you know, I've got a new understanding on a lot of it, and I see that, and I see it in everyday life. I can't even watch TV without seeing it, and it's if you're on Facebook, the government will all about or know all about you and your private life. Yeah, I know. Your strips and money were the mark. Yeah. People will always look for signs. Yes, they will. They will. But see, the mark of the beast is what starts for the one world order. Once you get everything to where there's no separate there, and they're trying to combine churches and everything into one organized religion, and you know, one government, one world order, which is all something that I believe I'm going to see in my lifetime. I may be wrong because no one knows the time nor day nor hour. You know, nobody knows the time of the day, but me personally, I think it's going to be within my lifetime. I'm not sure what to even say to explain why I think that, but that's just my own personal. I'm not scared of demons or what was that? Right. Oh, yeah. You're right. With faith in God, no weapons formed against you can prosper.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going all right.
I got some sweatpants and they give me some shoes. And then we got magazines to put in the lobby.
So we got some. Oh, you got some clothes. Well, that ought to come in handy. I mean,
It's getting cold. I need.
yeah, I might have to look for a jacket or something.
Oh crap! These magazines I'm gonna put in the lobby.
All my hoodies and jackets and all that stuff.
Is there your nice
The-
leather one?
Yeah, my nice leather one. I lost it all.
Somebody is very fortunate to be wearing it in the sky.
Yeah, because that is going to be an awesome jacket.
Kiss you. Oh, you.
Come here.
Ow. You can't lick my face. It's gross.
I love doing that.
I'll be right back with some.
But without computers, we have no Shepherd's Treehouse. Yeah, I know. And I imagine that will soon. If I know one thing, they break out into a frenzy, and God tells me it's time to go head to the mountains. I doubt seriously I'm gonna have any kind of Shepherd's Treehouse on film. Because I'm using this for a tool to simply tell as many people as I can that God loves them, and a tool to show them one man's walk with God. And I pray as many people that can grasp the very things that we are doing and what we stand for. I pray that it touches them. But when it comes to the electronics, trust me, as they say, when the shit hits the fan, I'm not worried about no kind of electronics. I'll be gone. I don't want nothing to do with none of that stuff. Let go. So many notifications. But speaking of which, I know we just talked about electronics being. We almost started getting to the part of electronics being evil. We just hadn't actually said that yet. I know that's what some of you are thinking. But on that note, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, if you know what you're doing on Instagram, because I sure don't, and on Facebook. When electronics get shut off, it will start a zombie apocalypse. No, actually, I think there will be a lot more done, because everybody's going to be like, no video game, I got to entertain myself somehow. I'll go mow the yard. Okay. Might be a lot more hospital visits. I hate to say it, but most of our kids don't even know how to start a lawnmower, nor what a lawnmower is. I say most because I know a lot of you got kids that know exactly what a lawnmower is, and ain't scared of hard work or nothing else. I'm just saying, you know it as well as I do. There's a lot of people out there that that yeah, Twitter. Yes, we're on Twitter, and let's see, God gives us free will. That's why we have technology. It's a choice, not a curse. Well, technology, I don't believe, is a curse, but if used the wrong way, then I could see it being not so good. My sons were raised old school. Spare the rod, spoil the child.
I got
Yes,
booty
indeed.
wash too, baby.
That is the way. Huh?
I got some booty wash.
You got soap specifically for the... Oh, you said... Oh, okay, okay. Body wash. You mispronounced it. I don't know if you know it, but you said booty.
I did say booty. I gotta wash my booty.
I know where the
too.
kids that can't read time on a
That is body
1 to
wash.
12 o'clock.
Oh, that stuff smells
You-
good.
I know there is kids that can't... Yeah, no kidding. You know, that's amazing. How in the world kids are... You know what? You know what's really funny is we're all a lucky generation because we don't have to learn any kind of special language or anything else. The way that they are teaching our kids now, when we want to pass a note that they'll never understand, all we got to do is write it in cursive. They don't teach cursive anymore. When I heard about that, I was like, are you serious? It was a fundamental you had to learn. Cursive. You know how to write cursive, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody knows how to write in cursive. Well, our generation. But our kids? No. Are we ready to go or something? Oh, you're just saying. Oh, okay.
Unless you're ready.
Yeah, they don't write in cursive anymore. It's a digital world. And digital don't understand
Lou.
cursive either.
Looks so fresh. Why, thank you. This is what fresh looks like.
Fresh. So fresh and clean, clean. That's a song, isn't it? An old rap
Our
song.
writing is going to be like the old stone writings we see from way back when.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. They're going to be looking at it. Well,
They
is
don't
that...
even write the whole
is that-
word. They write the letters.
What,
Now the kids.
they don't write the whole word. They abbreviate everything?
Mhm.
Is that what you mean? Abbreviate?
Like the LOL,
Oh, yeah. Because
all that crap.
that's...
My
yeah.
daughter knows how to write that. It's a lot easier for her to write than trying to spell the whole word out. Some of that crap, I'm like, what?
Kids these days, you hand them a notebook and a
Oh, thank you.
pen, and they're going to look at you like, what do I do with this? Hand them a phone, and they'll be typing away forever. Just them thumbs going just as fast as can be.
And they don't even have to know how to spell the word because it spells it for you.
And that's it. Just,
Tommy does that too. Kentucky Fried
I do
Chicken
not. I don't
started
type
it with
anything.
KFC.
I push that microphone button and talk to it. That's why I keep getting autocorrect so
Colonel.
much. What? KFC fried chicken stand?
Started it with KFC.
KFC. There you go.
Yeah.
I blame the...
What time
was
is
that?
it?
Oh.
I blame the Colonel. It is 1:05. It's nice and sunny today, at least. Cold. I don't like the cold. It's like you're losing people. Selena's on it. They're getting off of there.
No. We're just having boring conversations.
Yeah, I love you.
Love you too, babe. Yeah. People write me with emojis and I do not know what they mean. I don't know what they mean either. Lost Dog, he sits there and he will act out the emojis. And the only reason why I know what some emojis actually stand for is watching him act them out. That is the only reason. I don't know what any of those emojis are half the time. If you guys are close, email me and I'll see if I can visit you if you want. Oh, we'd be more than glad to visit with you. When and where we can find a happy medium, somewhere we can drive to and hang out. I don't mind. I don't mind meeting anybody. Maybe you get a different perspective of us. I know we've had differences in the past and stuff, but it seems like people meet us in person has a complete different outlook on us. But it's good to meet people. Disagree with you. I don't dislike you at all. Well, I don't think you dislike us. And even if you do, there's nothing I can do about that but tell you I love you just the same as Jesus loves you. I don't have any hatred for anybody anymore. And I'm so glad that God has blessed me with that easement in my heart. I really don't have any hatred for anybody, no matter what they say or do. I know I'm starting to hate this shirt, though. Yeah, I've figured out if I hold on just a second, I gotta get this shirt off. Yeah, I figured out that if I relaxed and quit taking things so, like Joanne said on the last stream, how'd you say that? I'm too hard on myself. I get hard on myself, and I'm you know, and I forget the fellowship part, you know. I believe there's a time and place to witness everything that you've learned and everything that you are learning, and there's a time and place for that, but there's also a time for just some simple fellowship, just an enjoyable conversation. You know, let's ponder the what ifs, the maybes, you know, and just talk. I enjoy them. I really enjoyed the talks lately. I don't enjoy the fact that the more of my personal life I leave out there, the more I get nonsense hate mail. I got a new one now. I got a new admirer, or I'm sorry, y'all call them trolls. I call them admirers. That's what I've grown to call them now, because really I'm sitting there dumbfounded at times of why they even bother messing with me.